Hey guys, how you doing? It's Brad with ATRE Podcast, all things real estate. I have the most incredible guest today. We have Jason Matouk. He is not only a TikTok sensation, but he is a luxury home specialist in Florida. Now, by harnessing the power of social media and digital marketing and easily adapting to the changing market environment, Jason Matouk has created a proven track record of successes by providing exceptional service results to the buyers and sellers that he services. Now, at the forefront of Jason's highly successful marketing approach to his YouTube channel and TikTok, which connects thousands of real estate clients, potential clients, and industry leaders, as well as investors, while Jason's social media presence has opened the door to a wide and growing network of clients. It is his attention to detail and commitment to client service that has earned him a loyal client base, a reputation that he truly loves what he does. Now, Jason's entry into real estate began while in college, while studying marketing at Florida State University. And today, Jason specializes in the luxury estate market and is a huge YouTube and TikTok sensation. Welcome, Jason. How are you?
Dude, I'm going to use that as like a walkout song. If I remember a fighter, I'm just going to use that as like my intro. That's amazing.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Also, I wish I got into FSU, but I think it was Florida Atlantic I went to.
Florida Atlantic. Yeah, there you go.
I was not good at school. No way I got into FSU.
Hey, you know what? Either way, you are a very impressive guy, Jason.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. You know, what areas do you specialize in?
Yeah, so Florida is obviously really big, and a lot of agents like to say specific areas. I say truly anything Palm Beach to Miami Beach. I've lived here my whole life. I know it like the back of my hand, so I'm willing to make the drive.
Wow. And Jason, how did COVID affect your business in 2020?
Me personally, here and there, obviously COVID going on, open houses are weird, showings are weird, especially when it first started and no one knew what was going on. Then you have all the people from New York coming down.
That's right. Big time.
Avoid the strict laws. Yeah. So it increased a lot of the demand for houses down here, but it made, if you're now getting into real estate 2020, it was a very interesting time. But I think at this point, we've pretty much leveled out. We're kind of back to normal.
Do you know that I'm in LA and we still don't do open houses? We actually have to put in the multiples. Hey, I'm going to show properties from this day to this day. And then I just make appointments with each person in 15-minute intervals.
Are you allowed to show the house? If you have a buyer, you're allowed to walk in with your buyer still and do that kind of thing? Or
you can, but you have to be masked up and follow COVID policies. And if you have one couple in the house, the other couple who's looking at it must be in the backyard.
We used to have that, but then they rioted at the Miami office, and just got rid of it. It's crazy, but
where do you see real estate headed?
All right, so I get that question a lot. I actually used to think, before I was a luxury real estate agent, I used to think that real estate agents would be obsolete. Right. But I thought a million top producers used to just tell me you're always going to need a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. The buyer facilitates your needs, gets you the best price, and the seller's agent sells your house for you and deals with all the headache. And then the example they give me, which I love, is that they say, if you're going to get a divorce, do you want to use your wife's lawyer? Right. Or do you want to get your own? I love that one.
Yeah. And the other thing is so I've been doing this 25 years, as you know, and I always tell people, they say, Brad, where do you see other companies taking over and there not being a need for a real estate agent? I said, well, let me ask you a question. If you could have a top of the line doctor perform a surgery on you, or you could just let a robot do it with no doctor around and no personal touch at all, what would you want? And they go, well, I'd want the doctor. I go, thank you very much. I go, that's
we're doctors.
We are. And what it is, Jason, especially reading about you and speaking with you, your attention to detail, your client satisfaction, and you wanting to make your clients happy, that a computer can't do that.
Yeah, of course.
So just anyone who's ever had an argument with Siri could tell you that.
I know, I agree. But besides that, I just think it's that, and then technology is growing more. Virtual, but other than that, I don't see it changing that much.
The virtual is great, but it's needing you to actually walk them through the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason, what made you tackle TikTok and YouTube so aggressively?
Oh, this is hilarious. So I was at a meeting at so now that I'm with a luxury company that I'm switching from, but when I was in my original small town real estate company, I was sitting at a meeting. I was the youngest person in the office. I was 19 at the time. And this kid they just hired, who was younger than me, which kind of hurt my feelings, he said something about TikTok and real estate. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? What the heck? Like, I should have thought that should have been me saying that. So then I went home that day and like cleared out my books and just like studied TikTok, and then it just went from there.
Yeah, you're a very intelligent guy. You know what I really like about you, and I'm going to ask you, what inspired your content for TikTok and YouTube? Because I was watching, and what I like is you don't just have one thing. That, you know, I love the fact that you are going around and showing all these different beautiful homes, but I love that you changed the title for each one, and you're like, hey, if you won the lottery, what would you do? Hey, if you were walking down the street and picked up a bag of money, what would you buy?
So you do watch my video.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to see a $1 million one bedroom in 1 minute. And I'm like, so, no, it's really great. I do watch it and I admire you. I think that you're doing a great job.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, the TikTok content, I got really lucky so we were at one of the first tours I ever did on YouTube. I was about to leave and I looked at my friends and I was like, should I make a TikTok about this? And they're like, dude, no, why would you use TikTok? You're going to dance or something? And I was like, no, trust me. Like, let me just make one TikTok. So I quickly made the video, and the first TikTok I posted got like 2.5 million views. I was like, you see, I told you guys, this thing is amazing. So then from that, I would just like like the bag of money thing. I was like, what would if someone's scrolling just be like, oh wait, that's hilarious. Let me see what he's talking about. And so
well, I did. That's how I found you. You were great. You have some really good ideas, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that and more characters. I told you in my TikTok, I'm doing, from my acting background, I'm doing some really good characters. Yeah. And like over the shoulder stuff. And my kids are like, Dad, no, you can't have TikTok. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a good job, and I'm going to have hundreds of thousands. I promise you. Because
they say that until you get the blue check mark. Yeah, then you're famous. Exactly, and they love you now.
Yeah, I just bought them each a car. Trust me, they're going to be happy.
Oh man.
So Jason, talk to me about your average morning. What's an average morning for a top producer, TikTok sensation guy like you? I know you're buff, so you got to be working out.
Yeah, well, we go to the gym. You gotta say like you get your mind right and all that. But I actually do have a pretty like type A schedule. Like I wake up, do affirmations. I have the same affirmation I've been doing for like 3 years now since I went to like this like sales program. I've just actually.
Could you tell me? Could you share your affirmation, or is it private?
No, I don't care. Yeah, no. So it originally it grows as like I achieve them. It's always about money only because I do so many things, and it's about them all being successful. So the one I use now is I enjoy earning $25,000 every month from real estate, and it's just like all the things collectively bringing home that much. That's like my goal. Yeah.
I agree. That's important.
Yeah.
Do
you do them too?
I thought you asked me. I said I do really well. Yes.
No, I'm saying
I do. No, I do affirmations every day, and I do them more for personal growth.
Yeah.
I do all as well. I'm a lot older than you, so my whole life, if I wanted to hit a certain area in business, I did that. And as I get older now, it's more about where I want to go, what I want to do. My affirmations, I tell myself I love myself a lot, because I always have to remind myself, you know, if I don't really truly love myself and who I am, it's going to be hard for other people to see that quality shine, right?
No, absolutely.
And I want to help people. I want to give back to the world and the community.
Jason, that makes me want to change mine.
Yeah, see? Hey, we'll do it together. Jason, tell me about your listing tours. What's the craziest one you've ever done? Are they all your own listings, or are you doing other people's as well? Yeah. And are you greeted well with it?
Oh my gosh. Wow. So much to say, but I'll try to be quick. So let's start with the quick.
Take your time.
Okay. Well, the craziest tour that I've been on, I would say there's two. One was a floating house.
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw your video. That's insane.
And that was before I had a cameraman, so I didn't get to show it properly, but that was insane. That video,
I want to ask you about that. Does that float all over Florida?
It can dry. It can only go like in the bay. It can't go into open ocean. Like it can't attack big waves, but it can cruise around the bay. And it has these, I didn't even put this in the video. It has these hydraulic legs that go into the sand anywhere in the bay and lifts the boat out of the water. So it can like dock in the middle in the open.
And that's legal? Bay. Is there any, do they have, now do they, they're not far enough out to be able to gamble or do whatever they want, right? So
no, they're still in the, but it's technically a yacht, but it has like, like house taxes. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I think it was
it's so weird.
I think it was 5.5 million is what you had put up there. Yeah.
So I made the video, and then the owners, I didn't even know it sold. The owners contacted me like, please stop marketing my house. We bought it. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Cause like it blew up on TikTok and I felt so bad.
I saw it yesterday. It's great.
Yeah. People kept bothering them, but they said it's fine. Leave the video up. Just don't market it anymore. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. And then the most recent one, we did the most expensive penthouse in Sunny Isles. It was at the Regalia. And that one at the time, it took me 6 months to get approval for that video because J-Lo like had an offer on the house and then pulled out. And then they said, Jason, get in there and market it quickly.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
I would think that you are actually helping people sell their homes pretty well. I think that, I think that you could even, and if you're not, I think that you could even have real estate agents pay you to market their homes correctly and come over. And
so it's funny that you say that because I don't know if you know, I charge $0 to do all the tours.
I figured because it's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If even offering it for free, I have like a little thing that I say, like to get into the properties and whatnot. Even doing it for free, I get out of 1,000 people that I ask, I get one person that says yes out of 1,000. Wow. So if I charged $1, that one person would be gone. So I actually don't think I could ever charge unless I get to a point, which I will, where it's like everyone's like, Jason, quick listing, put them. Yeah. So
now you're getting you've got a lot of how many followers do you have now on TikTok? Is it 500?
TikTok is 425.
Yeah, I think it's a little more. I think as of last night it was 437 or something.
Oh,
437,000 guys, not
1,000. Not too bad on YouTube either.
Yeah, no, YouTube's insane. So my question for you is, are you now getting sponsored?
So I'm not good at like that whole brand kind of thing where like you get sponsorships. I have a friend who does that for a living, so I've been talking to her a lot. Yes. And actually, it's funny. So I've never done a call like this, interview style, and I have one at 5 o'clock with a company who wants to sponsor me, like a real estate app where it's something about like for realtors in Miami, and they're like, hey, we want you to be like an ambassador. Let's talk about it. So I was like, all right, I'm doing this thing. Let's try that thing. Let's
let them know you were just on the All Things Real Estate podcast with Brad Roth.
I don't know if I can say it like that, but I'll try.
There you go, man. There you go. Hey, what advice, Jason, could you give to someone who's thinking of getting into real estate?
So I get that DM. I can't like 15 times a day. I'm 17. Like I want to get into real estate. What's the best advice?
Now you're going to be able to put this on your TikTok, right? Because look at you get it that DM all the time. Here's your chance.
So this is perfect. I'm going to screenshot this. Does it come out like this rectangle? I'm going to use it just like this.
All right.
But I'm gonna what I always say, it's like the most basic thing ever. It's what I did when I got into real estate. I joined a team, and when you're on a team, you literally get unlimited mentorship. They cover like all of your costs. They give you leads. It's like the best way to get into real estate. And then once you can bring a buyer from like conception to closing, that is when you're like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm ready to be on my own. Maybe I want to start my own. Whatever the case. Right. I always say, just get onto a team. Ask your team leader any questions you have.
That's a great advice. And when I got into real estate, what I did was I looked up, and this was 25 years ago, but I looked up, or 24 years ago, I looked up all the top agents in my area and I called them up. I said, hi, my name is Brad Roth and I'd like to buy you lunch. And then I went to lunch with them, and I was paying for lunch with nickels, dimes, and quarters because I was broke. I was buying my suits for $3 at a thrift store and slicking my hair back like I was Joe Pesci and going, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I want to buy a house. Hey. But and that's what I did. And you know what? You just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. And you joined a team, and that is invaluable, guys. Join a team, find someone you can trust. If it doesn't work out, move to the next one. Doesn't mean just because one didn't work doesn't mean, but don't give up.
And I think you're like, I would have loved to have done the way that you did it. I have a huge problem with cold calling. I can't do it right. Like I'm really bad at cold calling.
I could teach you how to cold call in a second.
You seem like someone who's been cold call like a beast, but like
I used to pick up the phone book. We didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
When I started, there was no internet. Yeah. And I would take the phone book and I would just go, hey, how you doing? This is Brad with, and I would sell.
Yeah, I choke up. I'm like, like I can't. So that's why the team thing works so well for me. I couldn't, so I just.
Well, you found your niche. I think you
found my niche.
Jason, what inspired you to become a luxury, estate, for homes? What made you decide to be a luxurious real estate agent?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with like selling non-luxury real estate. Like I still do that, but when I just have, it was more, it's like I love to see the possibilities of like what ridiculous money can buy. And then on top of that, being able to be passionate about it, which is really easy, like going into a really crazy house and it's easy to sell something that you're passionate about. So I just felt like I'm so in love with it. I could definitely sell this dream because I want it. I want the dream. I could sell it to you because I can just explain what I'm thinking in my head.
Right.
So it just really like worked for me. And the thing is, when I went to like a non-luxury house, it was hard for me to sell the dream because I don't want to live in a regular suburban house. So
the paychecks aren't bad either.
Paychecks are not bad. That is true. Yeah.
You can make 5,000 on the house or 50,000. What do you want to make?
50,000 is like the low end. And you're like, those
low end, especially in LA.
I contacted the agent like 2 days ago. He had a $60 million listing in Palm Beach. I followed up with him and he said, sorry, we sold it. And it was in 2 days and it was a $60 million listing. So I don't even want to know what his commission check was.
14.5 million at 2.5. So there you go. If he had to settle for 1%, he'd still make,
that nasty 1%.
Or actually, no, it would be 600,000. He'd make a couple mil.
So, he'd be good.
So hey, he'd be able to pay his couple bills. Jason, if you were Marty from Back to the Future, and you had to jump in and warn young Jason, and you wanted to give young Jason some advice of what to do and what not to do, what would you do?
No, that's the easiest question ever. I would tell myself to not. I would basically say you don't get paid until the money is in your Chase bank account.
That's right.
Because someone says, I want to buy this. You show them the under contract. You're already spending the money. Like it's the worst. And then it falls apart. They die and it's over. It's the worst. And then you're just like back to square 1, 0. It feels like you actually lost the money. You're like the commission, you lost that.
Yeah. So what would you tell them to do more of? What would you tell Jason to do more of? For instance, you like affirmations. Would you have told him to do TikTok and be the first guy in the office? And
well, I mean, I would say go I would say these are the lottery numbers, but I don't like to think, because there was nothing I could have done back then. I just wasn't in the right state of mind to have the ability to do it. I think I would just say, like when money is tight or when something's like not going your way, you can either be more persistent about it, change, just like be quick with your decisions, like
don't think moves. So much.
Don't get overwhelmed and just like be frustrated and sit there, just like adapt that, but I wouldn't say because if I can go back in time, I would honestly say go buy a house, buy a house now everywhere in Florida.
That's great advice, Jason.
That's what I would say.
You know what? It's when's a good time to buy a house? Buy now. Right now. It's good. Especially if you're gonna be there 5 to 10 years, it's going to work out. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Who has been the biggest impact in your life?
Well, okay, that's even easier. Yeah, no. I worked right before, when I was in college. I did an internship at an insurance company, and I hated it. It was 9 to 5, paid really well though, like $15 an hour to watch movies on my laptop.
Yeah.
And my best friend's mom called me and said, "Do you like what you're doing?" And I was like, "I can't tell you how much I hate this. This sucks." Yeah. She's like, "You want to be a real estate agent?" And I was like, "Sure." And so she just pulled me out of there, put me into real estate. So without her, I would just be completely. Nice. Yeah, I'd be stuck.
Good for you. And you owe a lot to her and to yourself.
Yeah, I worked with her. That was the person's team who I joined for 4 years.
Well, that's wonderful. Good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she loves it when you acknowledge her, and that's a beautiful thing. Has there ever been a time in your life where you just kind of wanted to give up, and what pulled you through and made you not?
I would truthfully, I'm very hard to be put off of what I'm trying to do. I'm like a bullseye. I know what I'm trying to get, but obviously when I first started, the lack of pay between months, I have an Excel with all my sales. There would be months where it's like a January sale and then November. And that was just trying to, am I not successful? Am I not good at this? What am I doing wrong? But
it takes time.
In those two scenarios, there's I have 2 ways of dealing with it. One is to just double down and get even more invested in what I'm doing, or which is the opposite, is just take a vacation, go away for 5 days,
regroup,
and and every time I've done that, it's worked out for me. I come back, I'm like, wow, I just know what I'm sales. Yeah. And
I my wife cracks up. So 2 things. One is I always tell people, stop complaining and work yourself into a good mood, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're one deal away. And then the other thing is every time we go on vacation, I sell a house. I sell a house. Mm-hmm. It starts right before I leave, and then I'll be on the beach hanging out, and my phone will ring and they'll go, I got an offer. And I'll go, honey, I got to run up to the hotel room. I walk back down. I go, yeah, babe, I just made 25 grand. Yeah, babe, I just made 100 grand. And then she's like, oh, can we stay a little longer? I'm like, no, I got to get back in 3 days.
That's amazing.
It is what it is, but it's just the way it works, because, you got to take time for yourself. Yeah. That's really important. Mm-hmm. Jason, do you feel with your social media presence, especially as big as yours, do you feel that you have a lot of responsibility or pressure that the normal guy, doesn't have being a real estate agent? Do you have more pressure for your listeners to give them quality, or do you want them to learn anything? What do you hope that they take from you?
I want to make real estate fun. I don't want it to be boring and transaction-y, because the majority of people on TikTok are very young. So I want it to seem cool and interesting, like how I see. I'm trying to paint my picture to them about what I see. And I just blanked out what the question was. Sorry. I just started seeing it in my head.
That's okay. It was
the responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think you do to have fun as well.
Yeah. I mean, responsibility wise, it's like when I go on a tour, it's in the back of my head, find something good to show people, find something. Yeah. So it is kind of stressful. And then I always, when I post it, I'm like, do well, please do well. Yeah. So it's a little bit of pressure, but I honestly, it's just what I would do anyway. And I've stopped kind of looking at the numbers nowadays. So I just post, I'm like, I really like this video, leave it, and I just move on. So it kind of got away as
as long as you like it, who cares?
Yeah, and I'm just happy with it.
My daughter, she's 15 and a half, and she put up on TikTok the other day. She's been posting 2 to 3 times a day, and she does little fun things. And in 4 hours, she got 29,000 views the other day.
Oh my God. It's going to start going crazy.
So she couldn't believe it. She was like, Dad. And she goes, it was just like a weird, stupid little video. Oh, and I go, well, people liked it.
Read those comments, figure out what it was. They'll talk about it.
Yeah. It's the trending songs, or it's just maybe they liked her face, and who knows, right? But I was proud of her. I thought it was great. I said, wait till I beat you.
Watching she's the next Charli D'Amelio. Do you know about her?
I kind of do.
The biggest TikToker in the world, makes millions of dollars.
She told me, but she said Charli is now calmed down a bit, right? She hasn't posting as much.
Yeah, but listen, she posted a video that's 40 grand. Boom, every 20-second video.
I heard that. Yeah. But I think you're going to be there very shortly, because
I really hope so.
You're doing well, and I think it's great. Jason, how could a buyer or seller get a hold of you if they want to use you for some real estate out your way, or maybe there's a real estate agent that wants to put a home they have on TikTok with you? What do they do? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way, even though it's not very universally friendly, is a DM on Instagram, like a direct message. The only reason is I can't put my phone number on YouTube. If I do, I will get bombarded. I tried it before. It's a horrible idea. So I would say DM me on Instagram at Jason Matouk, or send me an email, just jasonmatouk@gmail.com.
Jason, could you, so it's Jason Matouk, spell your last name for everyone again? I know that people know who you are, but just why not just spell it out and give all your handles?
Sure. Yeah. So my Instagram is Jason, Matouk. And then that's across the board, TikTok, everything. And then my email is just Jason Matouk, Matouk @gmail.com. Just very, very straightforward.
That's great. I've really enjoyed having you. You're a really humble, down to earth guy. You are just on your way to superstardom, especially with TikTok and YouTube. And guys, if you're looking for a home out in Florida, or you want to put your home, even if it's not listed, but you want to put your home on Jason's TikTok, give him a DM. He's an incredible guy. And don't forget, go to my website at ATREpodcast.com and sign up for my 5 free secrets on how to be successful in real estate today. And you can also sign up for 1 free coaching session. When you do, we'll meet and I'll teach you how to thrive, not survive, in real estate. I look forward to, having you all listen to me and hearing from you all soon. If you have any ideas and you want to send me them, you can DM me as well. And look out for my future TikTok and Instagram at Brad Roth Realtor, and you're going to see more Jason on it.
Sounds good.
Jason, thanks so much, man. You've been wonderful. And that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Many of my podcast listeners have become my coaching clients. If you'd like to be a coaching client, Go to my website at www.atrepodcast.com and sign up for your free 30-minute coaching evaluation at www.atrepodcast.com. And as my dad would always say, have an attitude of gratitude.